Searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair, but those eyes so bright.
All right. And we are back for another week of shenanigans. We've got Kiki and Jared back in the studio with me today. How have you been? What's the tea? What are we watching? Give me the goss.
I'm like into summer blockbusters, so I'm doing my, Final Destination, Mission
Ooh.
Impossible. Like, I always go see Fast. They don't have any Fast and Furious, but if they did, I'd be going to see that too.
Yeah, what
we
are they
saw
on?
Sinners.
Yes,
Oh.
twice.
Fast and the Furious is on what, like 11, 12 now? How many are they?
14, yeah.
Who knows?
Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. So one of my first jobs I ever was an extra in was Fast and the Furious 2 when I was a teenager.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wait, can I go see it? I love Fast and
It's
Furious.
like I'm in the background. It was all green screen stuff. So
Okay.
it was during one of the races. It was on New Year's Day and Paul Walker was supposed to be there and he didn't show up. And I
man.
was gutted.
I'd be too.
Yeah.
Rest in
R.I.P.
peace. I know.
That one hit me.
I know.
You know, it's like
Mhm.
when a celebrity who you don't know personally dies, like that was one. Him and Mac Miller. That got
Yeah.
me.
Well, especially when they're hot, you just are just like, oh,
hot and
so
young.
hot
and
and
it's like a
young,
whole
yeah.
mixture of
Yeah.
like emotions. But
And
Paul Walker, like,
And
we grew up
how
with
he
him.
died, like
yeah.
wild.
Ugh, yeah. So sad.
Rest in peace. But how have your weekends been? What day is it? What time
I
zone
don't
am I
Well,
in?
yeah,
know.
like I feel like the last time I saw you was at your birthday
Yeah, that's
party,
the last time
I've
and that
seen you
was
too.
like, and then
Traveled
you've
the
been,
entire
yeah.
country
And then
since
you were
then.
like, oh, I have to leave this birthday to go get on a plane or something.
Yeah, I'm like,
So-
okay, so I did. I podcasted while in New York. I'm like, where was the last time I was here? Okay, so we had my 40th birthday.
Death to the 30s.
Yes, the next day I flew to Vegas to go to my friend's wedding. And then we flew back Saturday morning on the first flight from Vegas, like 6 a.m.
Oh,
flight.
that's a rough flight.
Yeah.
I know, but I didn't drink the night before, like at all. I'm supposed to be on vocal rest right now because I'm recording my audiobook all week. So
You're not doing a good job of that so
I know,
far.
right?
other than this, I will be shutting the fuck up for the rest of the day. But after we get back, we had to take the first flight because we were touring a new school for summer and that had been set up already. So we come back, we go tour this new school. Then she had her jujitsu belt ceremony that day.
Oh my god.
Then that night we flew to New York for upfronts.
Oh, yes.
So Brock and I were there for 3 days. And then we had the Bravo Bravo effing Bravo show that we did with Shamia. Obsessed with her. By the way,
Love her.
she's going to be here in a couple weeks.
Can't
so
wait.
when she's here for the BET Awards, we're going to get
Okay.
into some shenanigans with her.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, there's a lot going down. I mean, from
I
just
know.
this week's
I need to
crazy.
catch up.
Yeah.
I'm behind on everything right
Yeah.
now. I'm behind on life. I'm like, yeah, what day is it?
Wait, were you for the upfronts? Were you on the stage when they did that whole routine?
Yes.
Okay. What were you holding?
I was Pink. I was the Heels, the Pump It Up
Okay.
group with Tamra, Gina, Vanita, and Molly. I think that was maybe it. I think it was just the five of us.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did that. That was so much fun. Just hung out with everyone. It felt like a mini BravoCon. It was a great prequel to BravoCon. Little pre-party. Everyone's staying at the same hotel. We were at the nicest hotel. It's called, I don't know if it's the Lot or the Lottie, Lotte.
Okay.
Lot,
Ooh.
New
Haven't heard
York
of this one.
Palace. It's like the Plaza Hotel.
Oh.
Insane. And I don't know if we just got lucky with the upgrade because Tamra and I were sharing glam. And so we were getting ready in her room. And when I went from my massive suite that had a full living room, I go to Tamra's room and I was like, oh, that's just like a connecting door. That's not like the rest of your room.
You were like that Hillary Clinton meme when you were like, oh, this is how you live.
You know, you feel like the housewives are
Yeah.
usually with the bigger room. So I'm like, maybe because it's Brock and I sharing a room, we got the upgraded room. But then Shamia was like, nah, I got that same room too. Thanks, Bravo. So while we had this massive room, it was the NBA playoffs. And so we had people over to watch the game. And Tamara came up to the room with Gina and she's like, the fuck? I'm like, told you we should have done glam in here.
That's hilarious.
So that was just so fun because like when you get a bunch of Bravo people back in the hotel room at like the end of the night together, that's what we do at BravoCon. That's what got me in trouble at the last BravoCon because I was talking to Captain Jason in Tom Sandoval's room. And I'm like,
Oh,
everyone
yeah,
was
yeah.
there. But that was so much fun. So I get back Wednesday, I don't even remember what I did Wednesday. I think Summer has dance on Wednesdays usually. But then Thursday, Janet and I had a photo shoot for something very exciting coming out next month.
Okay.
It's going to be Trey Iconique.
Okay.
Yes, Jared was there for it.
Oh, okay.
And so we have that photo shoot. And then I have to get home, unpack to repack because my mom and I were flying to Boston Thursday night. We took a red eye. We went to Fenway, saw the Red Sox play. I've always wanted to go to a game at Fenway. Just being a baseball girly growing up, that's always been one of the ones that I wanted to go to. So we do that. And then the next morning we had the International OCD Foundation charity walk. So we did that. I was holding the tape that, the walk starts and they break through the tape. And after that, we then flew to New York for the Saturday Night Live 50-year season finale
Oh my God.
show.
That's so cool.
And after party.
Ooh, who was at the after party?
Everyone.
Oh my God.
Okay. I don't know if I can say this, but
Say it.
Bad Bunny was giving your girl the up and down.
Oh.
Every time I turned around, his eyes were on me and I was like, this is kind of making me uncomfortable. Like, I feel like I can't turn around because he would not stop staring at me.
Oh my God. Has he now been added to your hall pass? Well, probably not. I mean, not allowed. Because now we know there's an attraction.
Everyone that night, they were like, I mean, this could be a hall pass. It wasn't premeditated. I was like, he's not on the list.
You know too many famous people to have a hall pass.
Yes.
Also, is he still with Kendall?
No, he's not. He's not.
I was like, I'm not trying to get involved in that. My mom's like, he probably thinks you look like one of the sisters. But then they're like, I was just naturally dancing. And then I realized, I was like, oh shit, this is his song. So I'm just standing there shaking my ass to his song.
Oh my God.
And my mom and then like my group, it was my friend Anthony and like all of the gays, they're at the table next to me and they were just like, Scheana, I'm like, I see it, okay? I'm like, Mom, hide my ring. I'm kidding. Totally kidding. But yeah, he would not stop staring at me.
Oh my God.
So I was like, do we relocate? I don't know. But everyone was there, like,
he's like one of the top 5 singers in the world.
Yeah.
Like, he's like listed above Taylor Swift. Like,
yeah, no,
he's
that
like
music
so global.
is huge. I know. Global
and he's
superstar.
so sexy. The way he's like such an unassuming type of sexy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And we know
But-
you like Puerto Rico now. So I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
Like,
Look,
maybe.
if single Scheana was at the SNL after party, 100%.
Swinging Scheana, maybe.
Right?
No. But it was funny. So then, that happened. And then we have a 6 a.m. flight again that I had to leave the after party early. And early was 4 a.m. for my flight. The party's still fully going on.
Wow.
Then they have the after party, which I guess I haven't told Janet this yet, but I hear that they do it annually. It's like Michael Che's birthday, but then, or maybe it was just his birthday this year, but then they were going to Dave and Buster's for the after party.
Oh,
Then
no.
there's
She'd be
the
so jelly.
after party at like the underground club.
Christ. Oh my
It goes till
God.
the sun comes up. So I had to leave the first party early. I didn't get to do Dave and Buster's. I didn't get to do the after party. I'm like,
Did
next
you stay
year,
late with Gaga when you went with the Gaga
I was
show?
there until the sun came up. I
Okay.
was, at the
So you got
after
to
party.
experience the...
Yes.
Okay.
So Bowen was like, wait, you're not coming to the afters with us? It's at the same place as last time. I was like, honey, I got to leave this early to go get on a flight. First flight. So didn't sleep, obviously. We go straight from the after party. I pay like $400 for this hotel room just to drop our bags and change. I honestly could have just done that in a bathroom probably at 30 Rock
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
saved some money.
True. But
Because there was no sleeping. So we get back to the hotel, just zip our bags, get straight into the car, go to the airport. I napped a little bit on the plane, but the second we landed, we have 20 minutes at home to get Summer ready for her rock band performance at El Cid. So then we go to Silver Lake for her rock band performance, lunch with her friends after, and then straight back in the car to go to San Dimas for my aunt's celebration of life, which great to see the family. Wish it was a different reason. She's running around with her cousins and whatnot. I was like nodding off driving there. I'm on my 2nd Celsius now of the day. I'm like, this is not good for my heart.
oh
Like,
my
I just
God.
exhausted. So I get home last night and I have my cousin from New York, my Dutch cousin who was here for because we were with him in Holland and she's like, wait, don't you live in Holland? And he's like, well, no, I live in New York. She's like, but you're Dutch. I'm like, he was with us in Holland, but he lives in New York. And so he stayed with us last night. And we had a plan to do the sauna together, then jump in the pool for a cold plunge, just have a nice reset. It's 8 p.m. Summer's getting ready to get in the bath. I'm like, I just need 5 minutes. I'm just going to lay my head down. I need to take a nap. I was like, Brock, I have to finish watching Mormon Wives tonight. I have stuff to just get prepped for the podcast that I cannot fall asleep right now. I just need a 5-minute nap. I need to close my eyes. He's like, okay. So I'm like, don't be nice and let me fall asleep because you know I'm tired. So then Summer's like, no, mommy, come upstairs. Come upstairs. I'm like, okay. So I make it upstairs. He's putting her in the bath. I lay on my bed. And then after she gets out of the bath, she's like, Mom, I'm like, okay, 10 more minutes of a nap. So I lay down with her. At 9 p.m., I was like, no, I'm just going to go to bed. I crawl myself back into my own bed. Don't even do my skincare routine. I think I brushed my teeth. Can't be certain. And then I lay down and I was just like, pull my contacts out. Didn't even plug in my phone. And then I woke up at 7:20 this morning. The longest I've slept
am
in.
exhausted.
Yeah.
This is the human form of the Lady Gaga plane.
Yeah,
bus,
exactly.
Another plane,
Yeah,
Right?
plane.
tour,
Yeah.
concert, another plane. Like, holy shiitake.
No,
that is so much.
It truly was. I'm like, I always have a high social battery.
You do,
you know?
yeah. It's fascinating.
But I feel like I need to recharge it, catch my breath.
But I'm like, do you have that gene? You know, I was like, I think I have that gene where I can recharge
Yeah.
with just 4 hours of sleep. Cause like, do you need a lot of sleep or
No.
do you recharge pretty quickly?
I recharge quickly, but my voice does not.
Okay.
So starting tomorrow, I was supposed to start my audiobook today, and I'm like, I need a day off. I need to record my podcast. I don't want to go do audiobook all day after this crazy week of travel, then do an evening podcast. Like, I'm going to be shot for the rest of the week. So this is my talking right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a vocal break and hydrate my vocal cords, and then we'll be right back. Today's episode is sponsored by Acorns. Okay, you've heard about me talk about this before on the podcast. I'm here to talk to you about it again because it's a financial wellness app that makes it easy to invest for your future, save for tomorrow, and spend smarter today. This is something that absolutely everyone can benefit from. When I think about my daughter's future, it's something that I already want to invest in now, and I have been since the day she was born. With Acorns, you can start investing with just your spare change and with just a few taps. You can invest for your kids like I do, also for your retirement like I do. So last month was Financial Literacy Month. Yes, that's right. They made a whole month reminding you to finally take control of your money. And just because it's May doesn't mean you should stop doing that. Good news is you don't need 30 days. Acorns makes it easy to start saving and investing for your future in just 5 minutes. You don't need to be an expert. Acorns will recommend a diversified portfolio that matches you and your money goals. And also, you don't need to be rich. Acorns lets you get started with the spare money you've got right now, even if all you've got is spare change. Sign up now and join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $25 billion with Acorns. Head to acorns.com/goodasgold or download the Acorns app to get started. Paid non-client endorsement compensation provides incentive to positively promote Acorns. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. Acorns Advisors, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Very important disclosures at acorns.com/goodasgold. All right, y'all. I am here to talk to you for the first time about red light therapy. It has been mine and Brock's newest obsession. We have an infrared sauna, but I just got a face mask that we can wear walking around the house, and trust me, we do. So for me, I have some I don't want to say wrinkles, but smile lines, and that has been the one thing I've wanted to target. Also, it's really good for eczema, which sometimes I have breakouts with, migraines, acne, scar tissue, wound healing, razor burns, ingrown facial hair. I mean, the list goes on and on. But Bond Charge is a holistic wellness brand, and they have a huge range of evidence-based products to optimize your life in every way. Their extensive range of premium wellness products helps you also to sleep better, perform better, have more energy, recover faster. balance hormones, reduce inflammation. I mean, all of the things that we need as we get older, this gives you. And also, I want to point out it has 0 EMF radiation, 0 flicker. Since using the red light face mask from Bon Charge, Brock and I have both noticed a difference, and I am obsessed. Bon Charge ships worldwide in rapid time, and they have easy returns and exchanges. 12-month warranty on all red light therapy devices. Go to boncharge.com and use coupon code GOODASGOLD to save 15%. That's BONCHARGE.com/goodasgold and use coupon code GOODASGOLD to save 15%. So,
I mean,
Yeah.
while you were doing all of that, I was just on my couch binge watching. I mean, I don't know if you got to catch up on all the Mormon Wives like I did, because that was pretty much what I was occupied with
I know.
most of the weekend. And I was thinking about it because, like, I love your birthday parties because they're like my mini BravoCon. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'll look at pictures later and I was like,
Totally.
oh, they were there. Oh, I didn't even know. But I did see that Demi and Brett had showed up.
Yeah.
And then I was like looking around. I didn't know if Jessie had come or not, only because I've started to see her now on like different podcasts, like
Mhm.
name dropping you. And I was like, was she at the party?
She was not.
Okay.
She was invited. She was supposed to be in LA that day, but then she asked if Demi was coming. And I said, she's also invited. I know she's going to be in LA that day. And she's like, "Oof, if there aren't cameras there, don't know if it's a good idea," sort of thing.
Yeah.
And she ended up having to stay in Utah to film something. So she actually didn't end up in LA. I don't know if she would have come if she was here, knowing Demi was coming as well, but she was invited.
Because I'm like, now that I've watched the season, and I mean, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, but now that I've watched the season, because when Marciano made that whole video about like, oh, I'm uninvited to the event because
Yeah.
a certain Mormon wife doesn't want to know, I had assumed it was about Demi because there was all that back and forth. But then you get to the final episode, he's sitting down with Layla and he says, I fucked Jessie. And I'm like, what in the actual is this? I'm confused now. So like, is he not coming to the party because of her? Which one?
So
Yeah, Scheana, which one?
when he posted that thirsty TikTok, and I say thirsty because he also was drinking in it, Demi and Brett were literally at my house for dinner that night. And my friend Cameron had come over as well. And he walks in the door and he was like, do you guys see this? Do you see? And I was like, what? And he's like, Marciano. And I was like, no, I did not see that. So then me, Brock, Demi, and Brett are all seeing that for the first time together. So I had probably even a stronger reaction because I'm seeing her real time reaction. And I'm like, dude, what the F? He's like, and so I message him and he's like, what? You don't know which one it's about. Like 2 of them are in their 30s. It could be. And I was just like, dude, why? And he's like, I'm trying to get hyped for the show. You know, Vanderpump Villa's coming back next week, blah, blah, blah. So I have not fully caught up on the season. I downloaded, or so I thought, all of the episodes while I was at home before my flight to, where'd I go? Boston. And I pick all 10 episodes. I'm downloading them. I leave my phone plugged in charging on Wi-Fi. I get on the plane, which it was a red eye. I needed to sleep anyways. None of them fucking downloaded.
Oh,
I'm like,
my
what the hell? Did I
God.
have to leave the Hulu app open?
No.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
but none of them downloaded. Oddly, it was like, I think one of them did, and it was like season 2, episode 5 and season 1, episode 1. I was like, why are these here? So I didn't watch it. Then first night in Boston after the Red Sox game, I watched episode 1. On the flight to New York, I watched episode 2. On my flight back from New York, I start watching episode 3 and I fell asleep. So I'm behind. However, after hearing that Marciano popped up at the end, I have only watched half of episode 3 and then I watched the last 5 minutes of episode 10. So because, I mean, I'm not in contract with Hulu. I have no NDA signed. I, can say whatever the fuck I want. But out of respect for all of the viewers who are left on that cliffhanger, I don't want to reveal too much because I know a lot. So, but I will say that what Marciano said to Layla verbatim is what he told me and what he also told Demi when the 3 of us had a FaceTime call together.
Not a FaceTime call.
That night at TomTom, which was like all over Reddit, Bravo and
Yeah.
Cocktails,
Even
whatever.
I saw that. And I
Yeah.
was like,
Because you were at that time, like this was like supposedly Jesse and him were making out at TomTom.
I did not see them making out.
Okay.
They were, however, all over each other, very, very flirty.
I saw a fan picture of them holding hands, or
Yeah.
a video or something like from one of those
Because
faraway videos.
He
Yes.
said that she jumped through her legs around his waist and like was all over. And I'm just like,
She did. I literally
saw
was.
that.
I was standing right next to him, and I was like, "Damn, I don't greet him with hugs like that."
that's what I'm saying. Like, how did we get like? So like, what went down
Just dry humping.
in the villa? Yeah, to like how from the villa now she's like jumping. Was Jordan there? Did he see her jump?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
It was just me and Brock. So Marciano was in town with us that weekend. We were all going to this Equinox event at the Porsche dealer where they take you in the cars and drive you around. We did yoga. Jesse Metcalf was there.
Love
I was
him
like,
from
do I tell
Desperate
him about the book
Housewives.
now? Or
Oh no!
Just kidding.
Oh my god! Wait, you have a book coming out, Scheana?
Yeah, it's called My Good Side, available for pre-order now at mygoodsidebook.com. So, and then Jesse was in town to do my podcast.
Jesse Metcalf or Jesse?
Sorry, Jesse from Mormon Wives.
Okay.
okay.
Too
Sorry,
many
I'm still
Jessies.
thinking about the
I
garter
know.
from Desperate Housewives.
So we're all, and she was like, oh my God, I haven't seen Marciano since Villa. I would love to see him. Like, let's all do something. So we go to Sir, we go to TomTom. And yes, very flirty at TomTom. We do the Porsche event together the next day. And then we all went to Giggly Squad together. And while we were at Giggly Squad, it was Brock, me, Jesse or Marciano. I forget which one I was technically sitting next to. And then my sister. And then after the Giggly Squad show, my sister was like, what's going on with Marciano and Jesse? I was like, what do you mean? And she goes, his hand was on her thigh the entire show. And I was like,
Court clock that shit.
interesting. And so then I'm thinking about the night before. God, I don't know how much I can say, you guys. Okay, so
Yeah, I mean, we've already started. I mean, look, we're waist deep. Let's submerge.
because he said that happened, right?
Yeah.
So I'll say this. That night after TomTom, we all went back to Jesse's hotel room, the four of us. We were literally on FaceTime with Jordan. We were just like, oh my God, we just had such a fun night. Like, wish you were here sort of thing. They were flirty, but that's how Marciano is.
Yeah.
He's like that with most of my friends, but it's usually not in a cross the line inappropriate way. He is very touchy.
He is like, I mean, he's like that with me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, he's like very, and it's even like disarming as a gay guy with a straight guy. You're like, oh, he's so,
Yeah.
like touchy.
He'll
and
come
just
up
like,
and do like the shoulder massage or
Yeah.
something. He is like that, but I can promise it's never crossed the line with me or anyone like I'm close with, other than the other Demi
Yeah.
stuff. But it just, yeah. So
I come out
we're
of
in
the
the
woodwork. I'm
hotel
like,
room.
and me too.
And then we're leaving. It's now like 3 a.m. We're like, yo, we got this like Equinox like yoga thing in the next morning. Summer was at my mom's house for the night because we had a full Sunday and then she was coming back to the house. So Brock and Marciano, we're walking out of the room. The door closes. Brock and I get to the elevator and we're like, wait, where's Marciano? And the elevator's there and I'm like, Marciano. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's 3 a.m. I don't want to like yell down the hallway. And I'm like, he's coming. Maybe, I don't know. Like I thought they already had each other's numbers, but I don't know. So then he ends up coming down in the elevator. And I'm like, and Brock goes, oh, you think they just got one in? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? We were just on FaceTime with Jordan. Absolutely not. Maybe they were just finishing a conversation or something they didn't want to say in front of us. I don't know. But no, of course not. She's married. And I know that Jessie is not in an open marriage. In this marriage, she is not a swinger. So I'm like, no, like you're just whatever. So we get in the car, go back to my house. And Marciano was just on his phone the entire time. And I'm like, but I'm like, he has girls all over, you know? So we get back to the house and he's like, I think I'm going to go back. And I'm like, excuse me? No, you are not. Brock, livid. He's like, I swear to God, you go and do that. That is someone else's wife. You're done. Brock goes to bed. And I'm just like, oh my God, what? And Marciano's like, well, for all I know, she's a swinger. They're open. And I'm like, before you walk out of this door, you message her and you say, is Jordan cool with this? And you confirm that because I don't know. I've just met her. I don't know her that well. Maybe they are in an open marriage. I don't know. And so he messages her. she says something along the lines of like, oh yeah, definitely. Ha ha. Something that very affirmative was a yes. He shows me the text and he's like, I'm out. And I was like, I want no part of this. Like if she's that's fine. Whatever you do behind closed doors in your own marriage, that's fine by me. Like it's not my business. So then he comes back to my house at like 7 a.m. And the same way that he told Layla, he says to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, cool. Now we all get to go do yoga together. We get to yoga and Jessie has an opposite story. And she's like, nothing happened, nothing happened, nothing happened.
She says that in front of Marciano or just to you?
Yes. And I'm like.
And what is he saying?
He's just like going with it. And I'm like, I'm so confused right now. Also, it's not my business, but now you guys have made it my business. You've literally brought it in my house and then left my house with it. Also, I have both of y'all's locations. I know you are both.
Everyone's location, by the way.
That's
like,
everyone.
That's the real mystery of the show.
No, I mean, I have like so many questions because I mean, Jessie does bring up on the season that she has been in like throuple relationships before. So I mean,
in her previous marriage.
But Jordan and her are, I mean,
no,
they're
not
not,
Jordan.
they don't do that sort of thing.
Right.
Okay.
So I have
They drink dirty Dr.
Marciano
Peppers.
insinuating and alluding to like, yeah, that happened last night. So then Jessie's like, wait, do you think? And I'm like, well, yeah, I do. I'm like, also, Jessie, like, I know both of your locations were in the same place. She goes, no. He went, saw another girl, didn't want to go back into your house that late in the middle of the night. So since he was in WeHo, he asked if he could come crash in my hotel room. And he just slept on the little like couch chair.
That's a convoluted freaking story.
And I just said, okay.
Yeah, because
we'll just leave it at that.
Because like now I'm continually confused because she like went on the Taste of Taylor podcast and I saw her bring you up, but she said that, you know, she thinks that you just don't have the full story and that's why you are siding with Demi. But now you're saying you can't. I mean,
I've got like 4 sides to
that's
the
what
story.
I'm saying. I feel like you have every story.
A little bit of Jessie's, a lot of Marciano's, all of Demi's, and the fucking screenshot I saw.
Well, the screenshots never lie. So,
but it's a matter of who I want to believe, and at this point, I don't know who to believe because Jessie looked me in the eye at yoga that morning. She's like, I swear, Scheana, like nothing happened. And I'm like, I believe you.
Yeah.
But then Marciano was telling me something did happen. I'm like,
have you ever been lied to though before with someone staring right in your face?
Let's see, Raquel, Tom Sandoval. No, not that I can think of.
So it's not out of the realm that people are lying to your face though.
Right. And I'm not the best judge of character. I love Jessie. I love Marciano. I love Demi.
You love a toxic man. You do. You think they kind of attracted to you like fireflies. I know, like they can't help themselves.
But it's like, you know, I've opened up my home to all 3 of these people. My daughter has made connections with them. Like Jessie brought her a cute little box of stuff, and then Uncle Marciano, like that's like she loves him. And then when Demi and Brett came over, like Summer and Demi are just cuddled up on the couch together, and I'm just like, I don't know who to believe, but I do know one person out of them completely changes their story.
Okay.
Interesting. My question is, like, what magic does Marciano have in his pants? Because I feel like every time we hear about him, he's like hooking up with some hot chick, and I'm just like, I mean, like he's a good looking guy, but is he very good in bed? Like, is he?
Because he kind of gives me Jax 2.0 vibes.
Right?
No offense. No shade.
That's not an offense to him. That's a compliment to him. And I remind him, it's not a compliment.
No, that's not a compliment.
He thinks it is.
Oh, interesting.
It's not.
It's not.
Yeah, what's going on? Why?
Did you see the season 1 Vanderpump Villa reunion?
Yeah.
So that was all I watched of the season because after they filmed that, Marciano and Hannah came to my house and they're like, this happened. And so I was like, I'm going to watch the reunion because you guys debriefed me after.
Yeah.
Hannah's admitting that like he's either got a big dick or he's good in bed. And I'm like, girl, always say your ex has a small penis and finishes very quickly. You don't go and tell the world on national television they're good in bed.
Well, I know. I mean, because especially with all this coming out, because Jessie, because like Jen gets mad at Jessie and she was like, your husband was grinding his little dick on me. And then she wanted to prove that her husband didn't have a small dick. So she showed a picture of it next to a ruler next to 8 inches. I was like, girl, don't do that because now people are going to want to go grind on his 8 inch.
Yeah.
Oh
What are you
my God.
doing?
How are these mom talks so messy?
Oh,
Well,
it's so messy.
So many reasons. I mean, I could write a dissertation, I think,
Yeah.
on
No,
Do you think it starts
literally.
with like the religious upbringing?
Yes, I think it starts with that. I think they don't evolve past high school because a lot of them get married like right out of high school. And I think they keep that high school mentality. So they stay in that mentality, which is great for a reality show because they just like
And they're
live
all
in
sugared
mess.
up on soda.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, all that swig.
Yeah, they love the sodas. Oh my God. This is truly so exhausting on so many levels.
I know.
How do they? No wonder the show's turnaround is so fast.
Well, yeah,
They
and
have
then
to keep it going.
When Marciano started filming, multiple times he asked if he could give their showrunner my info because they wanted me to film because I'm tied into all of this. And I was like, thank you, bravo, for holding me exclusive. I actually cannot.
Okay.
And then I was like, no, do not give my number. Do not give my email. If they want to slide into my DMs, I will never check it.
Yeah.
But like,
Love
here's
it.
Mark's info. You can call my manager if you, but because I know I can't film anyways. But also, I'm like, I didn't want to be involved in any of this. Normally, do I have my hands in every pot and am I in the middle of all that?
Definitely.
Sure. On my own show with my own friend group. Now you're pulling me into some Hulu drama with someone who was my friend before he was ever on Hulu.
I
And
love that people love to tell you things. Like
I
all my
know.
dream is to be told things. Like I don't even want to repeat. I'm like, just tell me. I like to know things.
Yeah. And so going back even further, when Jesse's like, Scheana doesn't have the whole story.
Well, because but then Demi was also on Vile Files, right? And then
Okay,
she
yes.
brought you up on that, and she talked about how the whole groping situation and how Jesse felt like she told you were a stranger at the time.
Yes. Okay, so that's kind of where I was going back to, but the contract stuff. So, okay, going back further, when Jesse was coming to do my podcast, Demi was supposed to do my podcast with her. They were coming to LA together. And then Jesse tells me, oh, Demi's not coming. It's just me. And I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But like everything okay? And she's like, contract negotiations, this and that. So then I start giving Jesse advice just as a friend. I'm like, okay, well, knowing how the industry is and, you know, a second season show, no one's getting $20,000 an episode. And so I'm kind of being painted this picture of like, well, Demi, as the fan fave, thinks she's the star and she wants all of this money to come back. It was kind of the vibe I got. And I'm like, who does this girl think she is? You know, like coming in season 2 being like, well, I want this much per episode or I walk.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that that's what it is. But now that, and I think that's what Jesse kind of felt like it was.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse has like a multi-million-dollar business. So I think going into season 2, the girls all want different things. Some want fame and just want, you know, the exposure. Some want to do it for the money, the brand deals and whatnot. So I think just from now hearing all sides, I feel like going into that, Demi and Jesse had different wants of season 2 and they weren't agreeing on it. Jesse was happy to come back for the opportunity, whereas Demi's like, hold on. Let's all stick together. Let's know our worth. We're the #1 show on Hulu, like trying to ban all of the girls together. And it gets messy. Everyone's out for themselves. My advice to Demi was do what's best for you. Jesse, do what's best for you. Not everyone's going to be Jersey Shore. Not all casts are going to come together as a united front. You have to do what's best for you. Have your own lawyer. Have your own manager. Like, have your own shit and just do what's best for you. But so while that's happening, Demi is like, Jesse, what the fuck? Why are you telling Scheana that I'm not coming? This is like personal stuff. And Demi has never seen Vanderpump Rules. She doesn't know who I am for shit. I'm a stranger to her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like, okay, just because you've watched her on TV for 10 years and feel like you know her, and now you guys have made a very quick friendship, why are you putting my business out there? So then Demi we're DMing each other. I give her my phone number. She calls me and she was like, I want to explain to you my side. Like, hi, nice to meet you. I would love to do your podcast, but maybe a solo one, which ended up working out because I was going to Utah to film or to record a podcast with Lisa Barlow. Her and Demi are friends, and it all worked out and all was fine. But I understood Demi's hesitation there, but I'm like, Jesse, it is one of those things where you're like, oh, I feel like I know you.
Yeah.
I felt that way after binging 8 episodes of them. Like, I feel like I know you.
Yeah.
So I'm like, look, all of us can be friends. I like Jesse. I like Demi. Loved Taylor and Macy when they did my podcast. Layla when I met her in Utah. But it just like, I quickly got entangled in this group because of their drama and me just being the person who's trying to give advice to new people in the industry. And that's what I really loved about Jesse's birthday post to me. She's like, you're like my first friend in this industry. And I know I did help both of them, but it's
super splintered now. And I'm definitely curious how it's going to play out because right now, I mean, Demi went from fan favorite to like, it's looking like she was trying to push Jesse out of mom talk. And so all of the girls are sort of like, Taylor's sort of against her. They're all sort of against her. And so I don't really know how that's going to play out.
I know. I don't know how it's going to, because they're still filming.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to completely play out.
Okay.
So it's so messy.
It is really messy.
I know. Are you confused?
I am very confused.
Then the listeners are pretty confused as well. I should just let you guys finish the podcast. I'm going to save my voice for my audiobook.
No, because what it sounds like is, at least when you're watching the show, they're making it seem that Demi was trying to get Jesse off the show so that she could get more money for herself.
No.
But what it sounds like you're saying is that she wanted them to all sort of stick together.
Correct.
And ask for the same.
Like the Jersey.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Jersey Shore cast.
Jersey Shore. The cast that pull together and say, we're all in this together. Or
yes. And that's what Demi was saying. She's like, we're the #1 show on Hulu. So let's all ask for X amount per episode because we know our worth.
Yeah.
And if we all band together, what are they going to cancel the highest rated show on their network, season 2? No, they'll probably get what they want. Her husband is older, has been in this industry and whatnot, and was giving her advice. And I think maybe the girls took that as Demi thinks she's the star and she wants so much money. Demi's like, I'm trying to be a girl's girl here. I'm trying to get all of us more money. But not everyone cared about more money. They cared about another season of the show, which I also understood because I've been in that boat before too, where I'm like, just accept what they're going to give us. The exposure is worth it. And it'll pay off one day.
That actually makes more sense because I was a bit confused watching the season, watching Jessie be so kind of like nonchalant about the fact that her friend was trying to kick her off the show. Because I was like, if my friend was trying to take away my earnings, I would be like, you're not my friend. But she was kind of like, we're best friends. And I'm like, what? That's like, so it kind of makes sense where it's like, she was trying to like advocate for all of them, but they were all kind of like, let's not push back too hard because they just want to be on the show.
Yeah. And so when I was talking to Jessie first before getting Demi's side of it, I was like, this bitch just thinks like, oh, I'm the star. I'm going to get this and I don't care about anyone else. But then when I talked to Demi, she was like, I wanted it for everyone. So that is why you need to get all sides of the story because things can get convoluted. And I guess I still maybe need more of Jessie's side if she said that yesterday on a podcast.
Yeah, it sounds like, you're going to need to have a little talk with her.
Did you guys on VPR ever try to band together?
Honestly, Tom Sandoval was the only one who ever tried to do that. And it was something that affected me directly one season, which I do discuss in my book. But everyone else, like not everyone, but like the Jaxes and the Katies of the show, like they never gave a fuck about certain people. And so it never worked out. But Tom did try to do that multiple seasons. And
I had heard rumblings that Jax was always kind of a wrench in those plans, but I never.
Because Jax was the person where it's like, I don't care, I'll just accept whatever. Like, I just want to be on the show. And
interesting.
Yeah. But anyway, let's take another break and
recalibrate
get back into it. There is tea to spill, and I am here for it. The wait for more episodes of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is over. The all-new season is now streaming on Hulu. We'll finally get to find out what's going on with our favorite saints and sinners. Are Taylor and Dakota still together? Are Jen and Zach still dealing with the aftermath of their trip to Vegas? Will Whitney be let back into the group after her actions last season? Plus, Demi and Jesse drama, Layla's shocking discovery, Miranda's arrival to clear up the swinging scandal, and more. This season is a tangled web of jealousy, exes, and drama, and I personally cannot wait to binge watch. It's going to be pure insanity. Don't miss the new season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, now streaming on Hulu. All right, y'all. Summer is on its way, and summer, the season, not my daughter, And there's no better place to go for outdoor furniture than Wayfair. I have talked about this on the podcast so many times because it's legitimately the outdoor furniture we have. And if you've heard me say before, I'm going to say it again. We ordered a new set outdoors and we liked it so much. We ordered the exact same set again and we doubled our seating in the outdoor space because honestly, I liked it so much. I was like, wait, we need more. We need more people to sit outside and enjoy this. Wayfair has all things outdoor and all at unbelievable prices. So don't wait until summer's in full swing. Get your outdoor space ready today so you can enjoy it all season long like me. What I love about our outdoor furniture is it perfectly blends in our indoor furniture. We have this gray wicker set with light gray cushions, a really cute table with glass on top. And I loved the color of the cushions so much that we are matching our indoor breakfast nook to our outdoor furniture. Wayfair's huge selection of home items makes it easy to find exactly what's right for you. There's something for every style and every home, no matter your space or budget. Wayfair makes it easy to tackle your summer home goals with endless inspiration for every space and budget, including the outdoors. It's free and easy delivery, even on the big stuff. No more huge delivery fees for patio furniture. And you can get big stuff like patio sets like I have, but also gazebos, hot tubs, outdoor dining sets, and more shipped free. Find all your outdoor must-haves, from seating to garden trellises to pool lounges and trampolines, all in one convenient place. Shop a huge selection of outdoor furniture online. This summer, get outside with Wayfair. Head to wayfair.com right now. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Okay, so we're back. Is there anything? I know you're further, you've watched the whole season. So
Yeah, pretty
you're
much.
way further than I am. Is there anything else that we should discuss now?
Well, only from like a laughing funny perspective is everyone's talking about the Mom Talks hair and like
Yes.
like they have very specific hair and I think their hair looks great, but like if you see them from behind sometimes you're like, ooh, that track didn't blend. Like what
Oh.
happened? And I even saw this one TikTok where this guy was just like, you guys, let's just talk about it. Like she can't do hair. And she actually responded. I know, I thought it was so mean. She actually responded. She was like, thanks so much for that.
She did
But-
my hair amazing and my sister's. I will say that. I got the
Yeah.
full Jay-Z styles do when I was there and I thought she was great.
I was looking at the comments and I think people are like, no, she does hair great. What happens is they go home, they wash their own hair, and then they don't know how to style their own hair and it looks crazy in future days. But like when they leave her salon, it looks really good. But I will say there was this one, they did Layla so wrong because there was a shot where she was talking to her boyfriend and they see her for back in the track. It's
Oh,
all
no.
it's a mess. Like it's such a mess. But I'm like, of all the things, like, can you not do that to the one black girl on the show? Because like
Right.
we
Oh,
already
my
have to
God.
deal with our hair so like I just like thought in 2025 I would not have to talk about my hair anymore because
Uh-huh.
growing up like people are constantly, when you're black, it's just like there's always a white person asking about your hair and you're like, can we not talk about it? And I was like, okay. I was at this party and I was literally sitting with 3 other black people and there was one white guy and he just like zooms in on me and you can almost see it coming and I'm just like,
Oh my
and he's like,
God.
your hair's so pretty. Like, is that yours? And I was like, well, it's on my head. So yeah, it's fucking mine. So what? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. And he's like, but what I'm saying is like, don't ask black women
Mhm.
about their hair. If they
Yeah.
want to talk about their hair, they will. But like, let us live. Let us breathe.
Yes.
Like I don't like even just a few months ago, I had someone just like grab and I was like, you really are gonna grab my
Oh,
hair?
hell
It was at
no.
Chateau Marmont too.
No.
Like, please.
Was it the ghost or was it a person?
I know, right? It
Yeah.
might have been a ghost. It's a racist ghost.
No, seriously.
That
But
is,
so the
yeah.
hair's a big thing. So hopefully they don't do
Yeah.
Layla. Like don't do Layla like that. She's so pretty too. Like
She is.
she is
She's
gorgeous.
beautiful.
But like don't show her those bad tracks. I mean, who does her hair? Does Jessie do
I think-
Layla's hair too?
I feel like Jesse's done all of the
All of the
girls'
hair,
hair,
okay.
but then I know it's, kind of controversial when they go somewhere else.
Well, do they go to Angie? Because is Angie the only other salon?
Right. There's only 2.
Salt Lake City.
And they all
All
shop
of
at Baron
Utah.
and Mark's jewelry store.
They all
Oh
get their
my
face
God.
work at Heather Gay's. Like, that's what I'm envisioning about Salt Lake City. There's like 4 places to go, and then you go drink swing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how Hulu and Bravo merge.
Right. Look, I do love a dirty Dr. Pepper, though. I'll say that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with all of their soda
I know.
pops and their creations.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's enough Mormon wives
Yeah, we did a
drama. Switching gears, as the Andy Cohen says, as the Andy Cohen.
He is
one and
the-
only.
As
Yeah.
the
Yeah, he is
Andy
the-
Cohen says, to switch gears here. To wrap this episode up, I think it's a no-brainer that Marciano is the Jaxhole of the week for multiple reasons. And we're just going to call it a day.
And that's not a compliment, Marciano.
Oh, I know. It's tricky. But anyways, I do have so many more cards of things that we didn't get into this week. So we'll save that for next week. Thank you guys again for listening, watching. Comment below. What do you want us to get into next week? And thank you, Kiki and Jared, for being here, joining me in the studio. Make sure to listen to Kiki weekdays on Radio Andy's Reality Check and tune into This Side of the Hill podcast with Jared and the Capernas every week. And again, mygoodsidebook.com, available for pre-order now.
I've been searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been